Hello and welcome to EUTV Sports Update. We'll be looking at the latest sports news from Evangel University and around the region. I'm Spencer Barnes.
We'll also look at football across the nation and check out the latest happenings in professional sports. I'm Josiah Mann, and this is Sports Update on EUTV.
There is a lot of excitement going on in sports with Evangel and professionally.
Yeah, we have NBA in full swing with all 30 teams playing this week. We have Evangel basketball also played their first game this last week and will be playing again today and tomorrow.
Yes, a lot of things to look forward to.
A lot of things. MLB World Series came to an end. MLB season came to a close this last week.
Yes. We'll start with Evangel sports. The McPherson Bulldogs handed the number 16 Evangel Valor football team their first KCAC loss in 19 games, securing a 34-27 victory with a last-minute touchdown on Saturday against the Valor. Evangel came into the game with an 18-game conference win streak and a 19-game regular season streak, and they now stand at 7-1 overall and 2-1 in KCAC play. McPherson advances to 8-1 and remains undefeated in the conference at 3-0. Both teams showcase strong rushing performances, with McPherson totaling 154 yards on the ground, led by Jaleel Brown's 132 yards and 2 touchdowns, including the game winner with just a minute and 12 seconds left. Evangel managed 190 rushing yards, but fell short in a potential game-tying drive that ended in an interception on 4th down. The Valor hope to bounce back next week in a big game versus Southwestern.
This past Saturday, both the Evangel men's and women's soccer teams faced off against York to wrap up their regular seasons. The men's team fought hard in a 1-1 draw against the York Panthers. Amari Forbes scored the equalizer just minutes after York took the lead in the second half. Despite outshooting York 19-16, the game ended tied, marking the conclusion of Evangel's record-setting season with the most wins in the program's history. Meanwhile, the women's team secured a 2-0 victory over York. Michaela Myers scored in the first half, and Elise Hershey added another late in the game. Evangel's defense shined once again, recording their 8th shutout of the year, a new school record. Both teams now look ahead to postseason play.
The Evangel volleyball team rebounded from a midweek loss by sweeping the York Panthers 3-0 on Saturday. Evangel controlled the match from start to finish, clinching the sets 25-19, 25-13, and 25-18. In the first set, York kept pace with Evangel, tying at 16-16, but a pair of service aces from Jessica Pritchett and key kills from Darian Simpson helped the Valor pull ahead to secure the win. Evangel's strong serving continued in the second set, allowing them to go on a 9-2 run and close it out with a 25-13 victory. In the third and final set, Evangel posted a .379 hitting percentage, with Lauren Pritchett leading the way to a 25-18 finish.
It was an exciting start to the 24-25 season for Evangel Valor basketball. The men's team came out on top with a thrilling 99-95 win over Columbia College in their season opener at AG Financial Arena on Friday. Evangel shot 50% from beyond the arc, with Manrique Alvarado leading the team, scoring 22 points. Garrett DeVault added 18 points and sealed the game with clutch free throws late in the second half. On the women's side, Evangel battled hard but fell short against Mission University, losing 69-82. Despite a strong showing from freshman Reza Martin, who scored 15 points, the Valor struggled with turnovers and free throws. Head coach Jim Middleton emphasized they'll bounce back with another game coming up soon.
It's a lot of excitement going on, but also some surprises. I was really shocked that the Evangel football team's winning streak finally came to an end, but you know, it had to happen at some point.
19 games win in the past regular seasons.
I know. Since moving to this new conference, that was their first ever conference loss in the last 2 years. But
really strong. Well, it's really exciting to see the basketball in full swing this week with the men's playing absolutely outstanding. Enrique Alvarado, he had 6 free throws and he made all of them. I think his total accuracy was a 50-something%, which is pretty crazy. But
yeah, that new Valor Center too is very exciting.
New Valor Center certainly probably has them hyped up and ready to play. Coming up, we'll be sitting down with the men's basketball coach, Burt Capel, to discuss the new basketball season and their first game win from last Friday.
And later, we'll look at some of the wild action from the NFL and the winner of the World Series. We'll be right back. This is Sports Update.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Joining us today is Coach Burt Capel, head coach of the Evangel Valor men's basketball team. Coach Capel is entering his 4th season of coaching the Valor, and under his leadership, the team has experienced a resurgence of success, including 3 consecutive national tournament appearances, a feat not seen since 2015. Last season, the Valor made an impressive run to the Elite 8, their farthest finish in over 2 decades. Coach Burt, thanks for being here.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
Congratulations on this first opening game win. That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I
I'm
appreciate
pretty
it.
excited. Yeah. What are some expectations and standards that you're looking towards having for the team as you're entering this new season?
Well, I think the biggest thing is we'll be a lot different than we have been the last few years. We had 5 pretty good seniors that were on the team. Last 3 years, they graduated last year, and so it's a different look. Got some good players returning, got a few freshmen that are pretty good, but when you've had those seniors for 3 years throughout your career, it's just going to be a little different this year. So, don't know what to expect. We have certain standards we try to live and play by no matter what, but I think as the season goes along, especially with their younger guys, we'll get better.
Sure. Mental toughness is a really important key factor in training and coaching some of these new people as they come in. What are some other things that you do to implement that as you're kind of getting them used to playing in the college arena?
Yeah, I think for me personally with our team, we try to just keep on them. Don't back off, make practices stressful, make drills tough, where all of a sudden that when they get to a game, it makes it a little easier. Because what those new guys don't realize is that college basketball is a lot faster, it's a lot more physical, and I just think if you can kind of stress them a lot during practice and get on them and make sure we execute and not make mistakes, when the game comes, it'll be a little easier. So, like you said, mentally it can be a little tough, especially if you haven't experienced it before. I thought our younger guys did pretty good on Friday. They've been practicing well, they're good players, but when the game hits, you don't really know how they're going to respond. Sure. And I thought they did a pretty good job. So I think if we can keep that up and find ways to keep finishing games, we'll be okay.
Are there any teams that you're a little bit worried about that you think will be more challenging for your team moving forward?
Yeah, I'm worried about all of them. There's obviously you look at the schedule and there's good teams, but I think the thing is when you start getting comfortable even with the teams you think you can beat, then you start backing off, like you said, mentally, and we try to not do that. So, while there's some pretty good teams on our schedule, I think we've got 2 or 3 teams just in our conference that are ranked in the country. So those will always be tough games. But we try to take each game pretty serious, and then if we beat them by a lot, awesome. If we beat them by 1, it's still a good win. So I think it'll be a challenge, for each specific team. But we try to take each game one game at a time.
Yeah, you've had the chance to work with a lot of returning players. Are there any returning players that you're hoping to work with again, or that you are working with now? Yeah,
I mean we have 4 or 5 seniors that have been here. 2 of them are COVID guys that were here, and this will be their 5th year. This is kind of it. They get a little lucky in the fact that they probably should have been done last year, but they get an extra year to play, and so here's their chance to do something with it. That's Manrique, Alvarado, and Steven Salvi. Those are 2 COVID guys. And then Logan Rogers, who's been with us, is his 4th year. He just missed the COVID year. He's been playing 4 years, so he'll have his opportunity. And Josh Mason's a graduate who could have been done last year but decided to come back. So, I'm excited to have those. Anytime you can get some older veteran guys on your team, it helps. We do have a lot of younger guys, so the better that those older guys can step up and play and do their job, it's just going to help the younger guys. Sure. I think it'll help them a lot this year.
How does that dynamic play out both in training and in the game between some of those senior older players who might be 5 or 6 years older than the freshmen incoming players?
I think it's great. I think if you can have a team that has some good older players, it just helps you get better because they know what to expect. They know how practices are. They know how games are. They know what our principles are on both the offensive and defensive end. And then it's not just me or Jackson coaching it, it's the older guys coaching the younger guys. And so, when you're new, it's all coming at you so fast, you're trying to figure it out. With the older guys, especially with Manrique and Steven, those guys have been here 4 or 5 years, they know what to expect. And they can kind of help settle the storm and be good and understand where they're supposed to be, and then help those younger guys come along too. But sometimes you get a group of just younger guys. They don't know what to do. They're not able to bounce ideas off each other, and a lot of times those younger guys mess up. Those older guys can step up and help. So I'm excited about those older guys, but I'm also excited about the younger guys too. Yeah,
that's great. I know that defense was a really crucial part of your strategy last year. Yeah. Do you plan on maintaining that, or do you plan on focusing more on the offense this season?
I've always been a defensive guy. Offense is fun and it's good to score a lot of points, but like I tell our guys, no one's going out there shooting to miss it. Everybody wants to make it, and sometimes it goes in and sometimes it doesn't. Right. And if you can always be a team that guards, you're going to keep yourself in the game whether you're shooting good or not. I was pretty disappointed with our game on Friday because we didn't guard very good. They were a pretty good team and they were hitting shots, but if we're playing teams and giving up 90 points a game, it's going to be a tough year for us because now it's going to force us to have to make shots, and I don't want to be in that situation. So, to answer your question, defense is always the main priority. Didn't think we played very good on Friday, but it's something we kind of stress, and hopefully we'll be better on our games moving forward.
Well, with the new season that comes the opportunities and strengths and just a lot of different things. Are there any other things that you kind of last thoughts that you have again for the new season coming up?
Yeah, like I said, I didn't know what to expect before last game, how the new guys are going to respond. I thought they did well, but it's a long season ahead. I honestly think that as the season goes along, our younger guys are going to keep getting better and better because now they're getting experience, they're learning, they're just, you can teach guys how to be good and shoot the ball and what to do on defense, but the experience is the one thing you can't really teach. They just gain it the longer they play. And I'm hoping as the year goes along, our seniors and older guys will just continue to be solid for us throughout the whole year. And then those younger guys will just keep getting reps and learn how to finish games and do what they're supposed to do, that by the time the season hits, hopefully we're rolling and we're playing well.
Coach Capel, thank you so much for sitting down and interviewing us. We'll be looking forward to more basketball games, and we're really excited to see how the team plays this season. Coming up right after this, we'll look at 2 crucial NFL games as well as who won the World Series this last week. Stay with us. thank you for being here. Great, that was a great interview. I think that may have been the
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
Last night, the Kansas City Chiefs edged out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a thrilling 30-24 overtime victory. The Chiefs relied on the newly acquired DeAndre Hopkins, who delivered 2 crucial touchdown catches in just his second game with Kansas City. Hopkins, joining the Chiefs via a trade from the Titans, lived up to Coach Andy Reid's pregame expectations by contributing significantly on the team's opening drive and late in the game. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes connected with Hopkins for 86 yards on 8 catches, showing growing chemistry between the two. Mahomes had 3 touchdown passes, including a game-sealing drive in overtime, capped by a Kareem Hunt touchdown run. Tight end Travis Kelce had a standout performance as well, with 14 catches for 100 yards. Despite a strong showing from Tampa Bay's Baker Mayfield, who threw for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, Kansas City's defense held firm in the overtime win. With this victory, the Chiefs continue their impressive quest for another Super Bowl.
In Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Detroit Lions continued their hot streak, beating the Green Bay Packers 24-14 in a rainy showdown Sunday afternoon. The Lions, now 7-1, are having one of their best starts since 1956. Key plays included a 27-yard interception return by Kirby Joseph and 2 successful fourth-down conversions that resulted in touchdowns. Quarterback Jared Goff completed 18 of 22 passes, including a 3-yard touchdown to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jahmyr Gibbs added a 15-yard rushing score. Goff said it's fun to play for a fan base that travels, with Lions fans chanting his name at Lambeau Field. Meanwhile, Packers quarterback Jordan Love threw for 273 yards, but Green Bay couldn't overcome their missed opportunities, converting just 1 of 4 red zone trips into a touchdown. The Lions now look forward to their next game against Houston next Sunday. The Los Angeles Dodgers have won the 2024 World Series, defeating the New York Yankees with a score of 7-6 in a thrilling Game 5. This last Tuesday night, Freddie Freeman, the standout star of the series, was pivotal from start to finish. His grand slam in Game 1 became the first walk-off grand slam in World Series history and set the tone for the Dodgers' dominance. Freeman homered in 4 of the 5 games and tied a World Series record with 12 RBIs, earning him the MVP honors. The Yankees, on the other hand, struggled to keep their momentum. Despite a 5-0 lead early in Game 5, their defense faltered, allowing the Dodgers to stage an incredible comeback. Star players like Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton failed to deliver in the later innings. The Yankees' bullpen couldn't hold off the Dodgers, who took the lead for good with a 2/8 inning rally. The Dodgers are now champions for the second time in 5 years.
The Oklahoma City Thunder's perfect 6-0 start to the season has earned them the top position in the NBA's latest power rankings, passing the previously top-ranked Boston Celtics. After a strong season-opening win against the Denver Nuggets, the Thunder's toughest test came against the Los Angeles Clippers on Saturday, where they clinched a gritty victory on the second night of a back-to-back. While Boston still holds the crown as the reigning NBA champion, Oklahoma City's perfect start has established them as a serious contender early in the season, especially with their defense leading the way. The young Thunder squad's chemistry and strong identity have positioned them well to make a championship run. And this was a wild week of sports.
Absolutely, Spencer. It just so much going on. The Chiefs still undefeated this season. It's just absolutely incredible. Unlike the Evangel Valor, these Chiefs, they just keep on playing. They just keep on trucking through.
There were 3 overtime games this week. The Chiefs won. The Seahawks lost to the Rams in overtime, and the Titans and the Patriots was also in overtime. So just exciting games all around. Well, when we come back, we'll have the EUTV Player of the Week.
We'll also have your upcoming Evangel games this week. We'll be right back.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
What a disaster.
You're a disaster.
This is a disaster.
You can't be ready for every little disaster, but you can prepare for a big one. Make an emergency plan today.
It is now time for the EUTV Sports Player of the Week.
This week's Player of the Week is Manrique Alvarado, a senior point guard for the Valor basketball hailing from Carago, Costa Rica. In last Friday's season opening game, Manrique Alvarado was a key contributor, scoring 22 points and leading the team to a 99-95 victory.
Alvarado shot 50% from the field, including 4 three-pointers, and made all 6 of his free throws, showcasing his all-around offensive talent. He also added 5 rebounds and 1 assist, playing a pivotal role in the team's strong start to the season. Congratulations, Manrique.
Well, truth be told, the entire team played really, really exceptional in the new arena. Each player scored some points, but Manrique, he really just outdid them all.
Yeah, it's just really exciting to be able to watch basketball again. I mean, in that new arena, they had smoke, they had a sparkling fire come up. It was just quite the experience. It was also great to talk to the coach today.
Yeah, it was really fantastic to get to sit down with Burt Capel and listen to him talk about some of the upcoming strategies and expectations for the season. And now, let's go to the upcoming games of the week.
Starting off with women's soccer, they will play Tuesday, November 5th. They'll play at 1 p.m. versus Avila. This will be an away game in Kansas City, Missouri. This is the conference tournament, so if they win, they keep going, and if they lose, they are out. So good luck to them.
Coming up with the volleyball team this Wednesday, November 6th, they will be playing Avila University at 7 p.m. This is going to be an away game at the Mabee Fieldhouse in Kansas City, Missouri. And then on Saturday, November 9th, they will be playing Wesleyan, Kansas at 11 a.m. at the AG Financial Arena.
Coming up for football, they will have their last home game this Saturday, November 9th against Southwestern College. This will be at 1 p.m. at Eagle Stadium in Nixa, Missouri. It is also senior night, so make sure to come out and support your seniors.
Finally, we have the men's and women's basketball team in full swing. They'll be playing today, November 5th. The women will be playing at 5:30 p.m. against C of O, and the men will be playing at 7:30 p.m. against C of O. This will be a home game at the AG Financial Arena.
Go Evangel Valor!
Well, it is really exciting, Spencer, to see every team in full swing playing really well and putting full effort into their sport.
Yeah, I mean, all these athletes are working so hard, balancing school, balancing their performance, their nutrition, their sleep. So it's just exciting seeing everything going around at Evangel.
Yeah, it really is. Well, that is all the time that we have today for Sports Update. We invite you to check out euvalormedia.com for all the latest Evangel news and media. I'm Josiah Mann.
And I'm Spencer Barnes. Be sure to join us for next week's show as we return for the latest in sports. For more information on Evangel Sports, go to evangelathletics.com. This has been Sports Update on EUTV.